What if I told you that the 1978 penny you have sitting in your change jar could be worth far more than 1 cent? It's not just any penny, it could be hiding a rare secret that makes it worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Think about it, there's a good chance the penny in your pocket, the one you've been ignoring for years, could change your financial future. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. Stick around, because in today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into the world of 1978 pennies, uncover rare varieties, errors, and, most importantly, how to spot one that could be worth a fortune. You won't believe the shocking penny error I'm about to reveal, so stay tuned. The 1978 penny might look like any other penny at first glance, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. Let's start with the basics. The obverse, that's the front, features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, you'll find the iconic wheat ears design, which was in use until the switch to the Union Shield reverse in 2010. So far, nothing special, right? But don't let its basic design fool you. There's a chance that the penny you're holding could be one of the rare, valuable variations. The composition of this coin is also important. It's made up of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This mixture gives the penny a certain weight and feel that collectors have become quite familiar with. Now, here's a surprising fact: over 6.5 billion 1978 pennies were minted, so the coin itself is fairly common. However, don't let that fool you. While most of these pennies are worth only their face value, some 1978 pennies are incredibly rare and can fetch far more than just 1 cent. But here's where things get interesting: error coins. You see, not every 1978 penny was made perfectly. In fact, some of them contain minting errors that can make them worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let me explain. First, we have the double die obverse, DDO. This is one of the most sought-after errors. In a DDO penny, the image of Lincoln appears doubled, most noticeably in the letters of Liberty and In God We Trust. When you examine a DDO 1978 penny, you'll clearly see the doubled images in these areas. If you spot this on your penny, congratulations. You might just have a small fortune on your hands. Another error to look out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the penny is struck off-center, causing part of the design to be cut off. The further off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin can be. Some off-center 1978 pennies have been sold for hundreds of dollars. And then there's the clipped planchet error. This occurs when a portion of the penny is missing due to a mistake during the minting process. While these pennies might look unusual, they're highly prized by collectors. Some clipped planchet 1978 pennies can sell for upwards of $200, but wait, there's one more error that could make your 1978 penny worth a lot more than you ever imagined. I'm going to reveal it in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. Now, let's talk about some real-world examples. A double die obverse penny from 1978 sold for $500 at auction. Can you imagine finding one of these in your change jar? Even more surprising, off-center strike 1978 pennies have sold for anywhere between $200 and $300. And if you've got a clipped planchet 1978 penny, it could sell for up to $300 or more. These are real-life sales of 1978 pennies, and they prove that these coins are worth far more than their face value. The key to unlocking their value is being able to spot the errors and knowing where to sell them. So, what exactly makes a 1978 penny valuable? There are a few key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. Some errors are much harder to find than others, which means they're worth more. Condition is another crucial factor. If your penny is in mint condition, it's definitely worth more. And finally, demand. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare varieties, especially those with minting errors. Here's a fun fact: the most valuable 1978 penny ever sold was a DDO penny in exceptional condition, which fetched a jaw-dropping $1,000. Now, that's the kind of money we're talking about. But how do you know if your penny could be worth that much? Stay tuned, because I'm going to show you exactly how to spot these rare pennies. Now, let's get into how you can identify a double die obverse penny. The most obvious clue is the doubled image, especially in the Liberty and In God We Trust areas. Take a magnifying glass and look closely at the top of the L and I in Liberty. If you notice a double image, you've likely found a double die obverse error. It's that simple. Next, let's talk about off-center strikes. To identify an off-center strike, look for misalignment or parts of the design missing from the coin. Even a slight off-center strike can make a penny valuable, so always check the edges of your coin for any signs of misalignment. Then there are the clipped planchets. These are easy to spot, as they have irregular edges or even entire portions of the coin missing. If your penny looks like it's been cut or is missing part of the design, it could be a clipped planchet, and these coins are often worth more than you'd think. Now that you know how to spot these valuable errors, you might be wondering, what do I do next? Should I keep my penny, or should I sell it? Well, I'm about to tell you exactly how to sell your 1978 penny for maximum value. The best place to sell rare 1978 pennies is eBay. It's the most popular online marketplace for coin collectors, and you can reach a global audience of buyers. If you prefer a more personal approach, you could sell your penny to a reputable coin dealer. Just be sure to do your research and find a trusted dealer who will give you a fair price. Another option is to sell your coin at a coin show. You'll have the chance to meet collectors in person and get the best deal for your coin. Before you sell, though, it's crucial to get your coin graded. Grading is the process of determining the condition of your penny, and it plays a huge role in its value. Coins in mint condition are worth much more than those that are worn or damaged. Reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC can grade your coin for you and certify its authenticity, which will raise its value even more. When selling your 1978 penny, make sure to take clear photos. Whether you're selling online or in person, good photos are key. Show the penny from multiple angles and focus on the details, especially the areas where the errors are most visible. The clearer and more honest you are about the condition of your coin, the better your chances of selling it for top dollar. In conclusion, the 1978 penny might look like just another coin, but it could be hiding a fortune. So, don't let those pennies slip through your fingers. Take the time to check for rare errors and get them evaluated. Your next penny could be worth thousands. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment below with any rare penny finds you've come across. And don't forget to tune in to our next video, where we'll uncover even more hidden treasures from the 1970s that could change your coin collection forever. You won't want to miss it. This small, humble penny might just be sitting in your pocket, but did you know it could be worth much more than its face value? In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1995 U.S. penny and exploring what makes it so special. Stick around because you might have a small fortune just waiting to be discovered in your pocket. Is your 1995 penny worth thousands of dollars? Stick around, because in just a few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to check for valuable errors, rare variations, and even the myths surrounding this coin. This might just change the way you look at pennies forever. Let's start by taking a step back and looking at the history behind the 1995 penny. On the front, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. If you've held a penny, you've seen this image countless times. But did you know that this coin, despite looking ordinary, carries an interesting backstory? On the back, the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, another familiar image. But the 1995 penny is more than just a familiar piece of change. It's part of the post-1982 shift in how pennies were made. Before 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper, but by 1995, the U.S. Mint had transitioned to a much cheaper mix of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, making the penny much less valuable in terms of raw materials. Yet, this shift in material is a crucial detail when determining its worth. In 1995, the U.S. economy was booming. The 1990s were a time of growth, and the penny still played an essential role in daily transactions. However, little did anyone know, the mintage of these pennies would hold secrets that would come to light years later. With billions of pennies minted in Philadelphia and Denver, you might think that these coins are everywhere. Well, they are. But some of these pennies have a story to tell. You might even have one of these coins in your pocket right now. But here's the catch: most of them aren't worth more than face value. However, a few pennies, due to unique errors, are worth a whole lot more. Let's start with the most common 1995 penny. Most of these coins were circulated heavily and are still found in change today. If you look closely, you'll notice they're not really worth much more than the 1 cent they represent. But let me stop you right there. While most 1995 pennies are in this category, some are hiding something truly valuable. You see, not all 1995 pennies are created equal. In fact, certain 1995 pennies can be worth thousands, and here's how you can tell if you have one of those rare ones. First up, let's talk about the double Die Obverse, or DDO. This is one of the most sought-after errors in coin collecting, and it can make your penny worth a small fortune. If you take a close look at the front of the coin, specifically Lincoln's face, you might notice something strange: his features are doubled. That's right, the image of Lincoln is doubled due to a minting error. That doubled image is what makes these coins so valuable. Some of these 1995 double die pennies have sold for over $1,000 at auctions, sometimes even more. Think about it, a penny that's worth just 1 cent could end up being worth over 1,000 times its value. It sounds unbelievable, right? But that's not the only error that can make a 1995 penny worth big money. Take this off-center strike, for example. When the coin is struck improperly during the minting process, it can cause part of the design to be missing, creating a unique piece. These off-center coins can fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on how severe the error is. Then, there's the repunched mint mark. It might seem minor, but if your 1995 penny has a mint mark that's been stamped more than once, it can significantly increase the value. The mistake of overpunching the mint mark creates a ghost effect, and collectors are eager to get their hands on these rare coins. Still think your 1995 penny is just a regular, run-of-the-mill coin? Well, don't be too quick to judge. The errors I just mentioned are just the tip of the iceberg. What if I told you there's an even rarer variation that could make your penny worth more than you ever imagined? Let's take a closer look. So, now that you know about the valuable 1995 pennies, let's talk about how to spot them. It's not always easy to tell at first glance, but with a little knowledge and the right tools, you could be holding on to something valuable. Start by closely examining the details on the coin. Use a magnifying glass or a smartphone camera with a zoom function. Look carefully at Lincoln's eyes, his hairline, and the date. You're looking for any signs of doubling. If you see any extra lines or blurry outlines, that's your first sign that you might have a double die error on your hands. Here's what a double die error looks like. See how Lincoln's ear, eye, and hair are duplicated? That's the unmistakable sign of a DDO. If you spot these, hold on tight, because you could be holding something worth thousands of dollars. Next, take a look at the alignment of the coin. If the design is off-center, meaning part of the image is cut off or misplaced, that could be another sign of a rare coin. Off-center strikes can be a bit trickier to spot, but once you know what you're looking for, it becomes easier. Finally, check for a repunched mint mark. Look closely at the mint mark near the bottom of the coin. If it looks like it's been stamped twice, or there's a ghost image of a mint mark, you've got a rare coin that could be worth a lot more than you thought. But what happens if you find a penny that looks like it has these errors? You might be wondering how much it could actually be worth. Well, let's dive into that now. Take a look at these real auction results. A 1995 penny with a double die error has sold for over $1,000. Imagine finding a penny worth $1,000 just sitting in your change jar. And that's not even the highest. Some rare variations of the 1995 penny have sold for much more. We're talking about coins that fetch thousands of dollars. Compared to other pennies from different years, the 1995 penny with these errors stands out in terms of value. Even though the 1995 penny is common, some of these rare variations are highly sought after by collectors and could net you a small fortune if you know where to sell them. But how do you go about selling your valuable penny? Well, hang on, because I've got all the details on how to turn your rare coin into cash. Stick around. Now that you know how valuable your penny might be, let's talk about how to sell it. Point 1 of the best ways to sell your rare 1995 penny is through online marketplaces like eBay and heritage auctions. These platforms attract serious coin collectors from around the world, and they're always on the lookout for rare coins. Just make sure you take clear, high-quality photos to showcase your coin's unique features. Alternatively, you can work with professional coin dealers or even attend coin shows and auctions. Coin dealers can help you assess the value of your penny, and sometimes you can strike a deal on the spot. But remember, not every 1995 penny is worth a fortune. If you don't have one of the rare errors we talked about, your penny may not fetch much more than its face value. So, there you have it. The 1995 penny may seem like just another coin in your pocket, but with a little knowledge and some careful inspection, you could be holding on to a small fortune. Next time you find a 1995 penny, take a closer look. You might just have a rare and valuable coin. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting coin discoveries.